Mathematical scholars, if you look closely and analyze this mask, you quickly notice the uncanny resemblance between this one and Sleep. So this is faceless or no face, and it's got lots of similarities with Sleep Token. It becomes evident that they share various traits, and in my opinion, it suggests this potential source of inspiration. So Vessel, watching this movie or knowing more about the story, and also getting inspiration from this character. And this to me is how Vessel feels when he first bumps into the idea of being possessed by a mask, by Sleep, right? And the second thing is that this mask has two sets of eyes, right? You have the somber and you also have the sad. So Vessel's got 6 eyes, but this one's got 4. But they focus a lot on, in my opinion, the ability to transform or the desire to become something new. And both characters, they have this ghost-like presence, you know. In the movie, No Face is fascinated with Chihiro, and we can draw a parallel between Sleep and Vessel and that fascination with each other, right? We don't know if it's a romantic relationship, but we definitely know that it's this prophet kind of like worshiping a deity, right? It's a type of deal that generates this obsessive behavior in a way, these dynamics that are presented and throughout the trilogy of albums that we've had from Sleep Token. And then you become a vessel in order to endure challenges and to really expand your ideas of the subconscious, you know. And then obviously the character will undergo transformative experiences in that it's related mostly to seeking refuge in a new identity. So Vessel's choice to wear this faceless mask, in my opinion, symbolizes this departure from a traditional notion of identity. It emphasizes the importance of a persona created through music rather than just a physical appearance or words. And it's a deliberate choice, and it echoes, in my opinion, the concept of the theater with the masks. You know, we have the duality of the tragedy and also the comedy with the masks, right? And also the tears represent, in this case, the turmoil. And you don't have that for Sleep Token, but you have the idea of like suffering and turmoil and all that jazz. So, and there's something really odd. No Face is capable of transforming mud into gold. That's eerily similar to Vessel when he sings about gold and alchemy. And it's hard to think of a situation where Vessel is not really familiar with No Face. You know, there's so many overlaps. And No Face has got this oral fixation. You know, he consumes his victims. He acquires the personality traits of the victims. So this is akin to Sleep, right? Sleep is a deity that consumes mortals, receiving offerings, right? So let's imagine Sleep as this narcissistic lover. Then the love is just there to please and to fulfill its needs, right? That's why we have so many examples of like mouths and biting and consuming, the pleasure of devouring the personality of somebody else, devouring someone who's fragile. So it's kind of like a selfish transaction that takes place in toxic relationships, whether, you know, we're talking about a lover, like a romantic relationship, or family or friends, whoever, right? If we compare to the movie, you know, there's this episode of gluttony, right? We see like No Face has become this spider, and Vessel, in my opinion, he's kind of like terrified of spiders because it represents a predator ready to attack, ready to regurgitate the victim after it's consumed. You know, this is a tale that's very akin to what's told on Vor. So it's the consumption and the subsequent vomiting. It's kind of like the feelings, you know, you're generating the binging and the purging, right? So Vessel accepts Sleep, but he feels like he's the passenger on the train, and the train being the metaphor for life. So Vessel would be like a naive kid, and the spirit that's driving the whole thing is right there, taking on the journey. They're just there, but who's the driver? Who's the passenger? Maybe they've learned to coexist. Maybe they're going to find great things to realize. Maybe they can both change. Maybe they can heal, transform. Maybe they found a sense of purpose. And with the change comes a sense of satisfaction, a sense of meaning. And this sets the transformation into acceptance and a sense of belonging. The mask shows that there's a lack of identity, but there's a constant search. That's why the mask keeps changing, right? I mean, you have iterations. It's a search for meaning, and it's beautifully told through music. And in an age of abundant social media, the character of Vessel, it stands out completely because it's not losing his self to external validation. It's actually using music as a platform to better relate to his own sense of identity. So the mask becomes a mirror, not for him, but for you to look into your actions, into your own behavior, and how much do you assimilate from how people want you to behave, right? It urges you to practice mindfulness into this world of consumption. So don't let external validation challenge your idea of self-understanding, of individuality. The fact that we listen to this type of music will show you that you can exercise kindness and empathy, even with or through aggression, right? It's a sense of understanding. It's okay if you succumb to the dark and to the night as long as you're living the journey. Don't shun away, because that's an antidote towards purification, towards peace. And that does it for me, Metal Scholars. What do you think about these parallels between No Face and Vessel and Sleep? Do you agree that there are a lot of similarities? Please let me know in the comments below. Music is what music does. I'm signing out. Bye now.